Okay, welcome guys. 343 have just dropped for us the Season 1 Outcomes blog, and there's a lot of interesting things to go through here. And not only will I go through everything pretty quickly, I also want to get all of your thoughts on everything they've covered and everything that's going to be coming for Season 2. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least. I hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to do a stream for this, because it's just a bit easier for me to kind of interact with you all and see what your feelings are on this blog. First off, I want to say real big thanks to every single one of you for the support on the channel recently. It's been absolutely insane. We're like 20 subs away from 19,000 subs now. So yeah, I can't thank you guys enough. I really can't. But yeah, welcome everyone. Haru, CT General Kenobi, Armstrong, Holy Fook, Chief, Legendary Master Chief, what's going on? Twigo, Chief Master, Noah. Welcome guys, welcome. We're going to get into this. First and foremost, we'll cover the TLDR, right? So to go through it relatively quickly, just in case anyone's in a rush, we'll do that. And then from there, we'll dive a bit deeper into it and really uncover everything. Hey 30 Red, what's going on, man? So the first thing I want to say is that this is only half of the blog per se. So next week, we should be receiving another component, which will have more of the live team stuff. This is a bit more Sandbox based, which is good. Like I'm a bit more excited about this than anything. Zachary, what's going on? Hokey Pokey, Turek, Edod, what's going on? Person, Colt, welcome guys. Hey, make sure to drop a like on the stream if you want to help me out. Really do appreciate all you guys hanging out. So let's jump straight in. So the first thing we're going to cover is the audio. So the ability to hear an opponent's shield recharge sound will be reduced to prevent providing too much information about a player's location. So, okay, this one's interesting. I know a lot of pros were asking about this because they could hear way too much stuff going on in the game. Then for campaign, we have the grunt birthday party sound effect that will be increased in terms of volume. So that's really good news. Okay, now this is what I want to cover. This is the most important bit here per se. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Now, there's good and bad things here. So, first thing, Catalyst will be added to the game for the start of Season 2, and it will be added into multiple playlists on day 1. This is good, however, it kind of confirms that there's only 2 maps coming. We've got Catalyst, and as we see down here, Breaker. So, as it stands right now, I know a lot of Halo fans aren't going to be happy that it's only two maps coming into the game. I'm not happy with it either, but it's just, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what to say else on that, but yeah, I'm hoping they're fun and exciting. What I have seen, and we'll get into it a bit later on, is that the map Breaker has this component to the map where it's like this laser or this beam that's in the middle of the map, and if you go near it, you'll die. So that sounds pretty interesting. And apparently it's a lot more condensed and close, which means that it should be more akin to a, older BTB map, which is really exciting for me. Hey Sushi, Wizlock, Red Eye Joe, Frosty8, what's going on? Archangel, Woo, Jarrera, what's going on? Welcome guys, it's really awesome to see all you guys here. I hope you're all doing well, hope you're all doing really well. So, back to here. So, King of the Hill, as we know, will be added to the multiple playlists. Straight away, I wanted to just say that the 2 other modes that were meant to be coming for Season 2 will be coming later in Season 2. Later, it might be the second month of Season 2 or the final month of Season 2. But as we can see here, those 2 modes aren't coming straight away. I'm excited for the King of the Hill. That's going to be good. And we do have Attrition. Attrition will be returning at the start of Season 2. And a lot of people were asking me about Attrition, saying where the hell is Attrition gone? So that's going to be good seeing that back in the game. And they have made a small change to it. They've said a revived player will be able to move immediately after spawning back in. Samu, what's going on? Tyrone, what's going on? Sounds kind of like that, like maps in Halo 4. Yeah, I think there's like 1 or 2 like that where it has those components into it. Hey Twigo, you're all good, man. You're all good. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Yeah, and as Digital was saying there, a lot of these changes should have been made, pretty close after launch. The fact that it's taken them 6 months to get a lot of these changes in is definitely concerning in a big part. But still, I am happy to see a lot of these things actually coming into the game. But realistically, this massive blog is just communication. It's them talking to us about the stuff coming into the game, and a lot of us have been asking for that. So yeah, it's quite a lengthy blog. We're going to continue. The motion tracker, radar, will have its outer edge detection enabled for shooting and sprinting on social playlists. So we'll have to come down and see that in a bit more detail. Hey Mirage, what's going on? Any changes coming to campaign? There is one, as far as I'm aware, which is the fact that they're increasing the grunt birthday party volume. But changes made to weapons and vehicles will be coming to campaign as well. So the Banshee will do a lot more damage in the campaign. The Warthog and Razorback won't flip over after every rock you drive over. So that should be good. But yeah, so there's only some minor things coming to campaign, you know, but yeah, in terms of the grand scheme of things, it's mainly multiplayer focused. Yo, Sammy Nate, thank you for the $5, man. Have 343 mentioned anything about Assassinations yet? From my quick skim through, I'm going to say no, man, unfortunately. I'm not expecting Assassinations for a long time. But that's probably on the back of their... that's probably on the back of their list, I'd say. There's so many other issues they need to fix and other stuff they need to bring to the game. Although Assassinations will probably make their way into the game at some point, I wouldn't expect it anytime soon. That's all I'm going to say. Which is a shame. I definitely feel bad. I'm not a big fan of... Sorry, hang on. I like Assassinations, but I'm not a big, person that cares too much about them. So if they're not there, I don't care. But I know a lot of people do. So, for that reason, they should come to the game ASAP. Okay, going to BTB. They've said Breaker, the new BTB map, will be added to matchmaking on day one. We knew this, and as I said earlier, it will just be Breaker and Catalyst coming to the game. Beethovenus, what's going on, man? I kind of hope that Grunt Birthday gets changed to only happen for a headshot and kill. Headshot on kill instead of every time. It can kind of get annoying. Yeah, I kind of agree. The boss, what's going on? They can't even add a rank for completing games. Yeah, we're going to get into that as well in terms of the ranked section. But yeah, they have said that there won't be a champion rank coming just yet. Again, a lot of these things that you'll notice in this blog is that 343 is saying this stuff is coming in the future, and it's not coming anytime soon. So yeah, that's just, unfortunately, there's a lot of issues behind the scenes, and my recent video yesterday, I don't know if any of you guys caught it, but my recent video where Sketch was talking about a lot of the issues at 343, it's like they are very understaffed. They've got issues with the actual system, the code, and it's taken them ages to add stuff into this game. Hopefully, in the next few months they can get like the real gist of it and understand how to add stuff quickly. But during the 6-month period, they should have done that by now. They should have already done that, So, well, yeah, we'll see what happens there. But just reading what you guys are saying. Yeah, Remnant Gaming, I fully agree. Custom games need to get fixed for sure. Server browsers so Aussies can actually... Yes. Couldn't agree more. And as an Aussie, I can tell you, it's very hard to find games, especially in, like, Fiesta. Yeah, the boss, they did say Red Radical will be staying. They're not even removing that because they think it's actually, combating the hackers and cheaters. I disagree. Or maybe it is, but it's clearly not effective. They should just give them back the Red Radical to make it fair. So here's something that's really good, and I'm very happy with this. Jeff Stites' voice will be returning to call out the player-earned medals in Big Team Battle for Season 2. This is big. I honestly could not care less about Spartan Agri. I mean, I don't mind her. Like, she's definitely much better than, say, Spartan freaking Palmer from Halo 4 and 5. But Jeff Stites' voice just is part of what makes Halo Halo. And not hearing him say double... Okay, no, I'm not going to do it. But hearing him say double kill, triple kill, kind of makes the experience so much more impactful. So, yeah, I'm really happy to see him returning. Then we've got an issue causing asymmetrical weapon rack spawns has been addressed. So, this means if one base has BR spawns and the other base has Commando spawns, that's not going to happen anymore. So, now what will happen is if, it will change varied on... it will change from map to map and mode to mode, I believe. But how it will work is that each team will have the exact same weapons on their weapon racks as the team on the other side. So it should be fair, it should be balanced. So if, let's say, Eagle team has a shock rifle on their weapon rack, Cobra team will also have a shock rifle. So that is just going to make it a lot more balanced, of course. But yeah, that's something that should have been done earlier. And again, a lot of these things are taking a while to come into the game. So that's just the way it's going to be. Hey, thank you, the boss. You're awesome, man. Appreciate you. Can confirm the same for Asian players. Hey, Captain Charisma. What's going on, man? Good to see you. It's Tough Kind of Games. Yeah. Definitely need a server selector. ASAP, for sure. Okay, matchmaking. Rather than track a player's entire session, the CSR progression bar will now reflect the progress made from their most recent match. This makes sense. It did take a while to get implemented, but this of course makes sense. You want to be able to see what progress you're making after each game. Hey, Rap My Friend, what's going on, man? Welcome. I don't like symmetrical weapons. Screw balance. Screw balance. Custom games in Forge. This is just a very brief TLDR, and then we're going to break apart a lot of these things. Very quickly, I want to say, in terms of the modes, I did run over it very quickly, but the mode Elimination, right, from Halo 5, it's also in Halo Infinite. The mode Elimination will be arriving in Season 2. We don't know when, but I can just highlight it for you guys right now, what they said. Hang tight, hang tight. Here we go. They said Elimination will be making its debut during Season 2. When the mode lands, it will show up in Matchmaking as a rotational playlist and be made available in custom games. To help make sure the medic achievement is always attainable outside of Matchmaking, we've updated its underlying requirements to allow it to also be unlocked in custom games. So that's an interesting change, but I'm actually quite happy about that, because I assume that means we can just open custom games and just verse some bots and then get the achievement versing bots. So that could be quite good. Hey Colt, thank you, man. I appreciate you, bro. That means a lot, man. That really means a lot. You guys are awesome. Like, there are over 80 of you guys watching right now. Each and every single one of you guys just checking in, tuning in, are awesome. So yeah, no, I appreciate you guys watching. It really does mean a lot. Trust me. Ooh. So yeah, but that's interesting. So Elimination will be one of the rotational playlists, and one thing I've noticed as well, if they have a lot of, playlists on rotation, so it keeps everything pretty fresh, I think that would be quite good. We definitely need like a rotational system for playlists. That's something that MCC had, Halo 5 had it, and we really need it here in Halo Infinite, because obviously you have the permanent game modes, but if there is, like for example, if there are game modes like Elimination, Attrition, okay, maybe not Attrition should be permanent. Let's say Team Snipers, Attrition Fiesta, fun game modes that rotate each week. That would be quite exciting, and people would hop back on each week to play the new playlist available, right? So I think that would be pretty good. That would be quite good. So I'm hoping for that. It does seem like that's going to be the case. As they say here, a rotational playlist. The one thing we don't want is a rotational thing with the events. I think events, once the event is done, that playlist should be kept in the game permanently. So I've got a funny feeling Infection will come with an event, and it's going to be this big bombastic event, featuring Infection. And maybe down the line they'll do the same thing with Firefight, because I highly doubt Firefight will stay out of this game. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Just as long as they've got stuff coming into the game constantly, that's the most important thing right now going forward. Because that's how 343 will retain their players. Because the biggest problem with Season 1 is that there was just not enough going on. There was just not enough here for players to play around with, So that's why people stopped playing. Besides all the other issues like desync, cheating, etc. Content is such a big thing. If you have no content coming into your game, why should players continue playing it? Unless obviously if everything's perfect, then I guess that's fine, but you know what I mean? Like, you need to have content coming into the game, and especially for like a younger audience, for like kids, like kids and teenagers. I think, I don't want to say like they've got a lower attention span, but if there's new content coming in every single week, they'll hop in, play that, and I guess because you have to kind of copy a model like I guess like Fortnite, Apex Legends, where they have a lot of new stuff coming into the game each week, each fortnight. So something like that would work for Halo Infinite. But for a lot of us, if the base gameplay is fantastic, we'll play it anyway. So that of course is the most important thing. Hey Cameron, what's going on, man? I'm from Sydney, Australia as well. Firefight is fun. Yeah, it sure is. I have no clue what music is playing, but I'm going to assume from Armstrong it's Warship Gribraken. Fantastic track. Okay, we're going to go back up here because I do want to go through the most important things. So, oh, my dog's just, hey. So, here's something they were talking about. This was about the academy. People wanted to have untimed or longer weapon drills. They've said here that they agree, and that we now can expect endless weapon drills to come in Season 2. So if you want to just have the sniper, commando, or any weapon and just go nuts killing bots repeatedly, you can do that now. So that's quite good. I actually had no clue people were asking for this, but that's actually a really good change. Okay, give me a second, guys. Okay, so going a bit more deep dive into the maps and modes here. Attrition will be coming to quick play, right, which is good, and I do believe it will be coming to ranked. I just need to, they didn't mention it here, but I do remember seeing Tashi from 343 saying that it was coming to ranked, because I think the game mode itself would work quite well with ranked, and it would be really exciting to watch pros play with that mode. Then they did say, yeah, so then we spoke about elimination, that's all good. Let's see what else we've got here. Yeah, so we covered elimination. Wait, hang on, I skipped this bit. Okay, so personal AI and Spartan chatter. Balance adjustments were made to emphasize what's most important for players. Then they said for PC, noticeable stability improvements. The team has resolved dozens of PC crashes. So for any of you guys watching that are on PC or use PC, hopefully a lot of those issues that you guys were having will be fixed now for Season 2. Because, you know, a lot of people had stopped playing, and that was a big worry, especially for the PC players, because the population crashed hard on PC. There's still a decent portion, or a decent population on Xbox, but yeah, it should not have died as quickly as it did on PC, and hopefully it will boost back up again. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, now, here's where it gets really interesting. So, for the Sandbox, first they talk about networking. They say melee fights should be more consistent, with opponents phasing through each other less, and whiffing less when a melee should have connected. That's really good. I know a lot of people, you know, I mean, obviously this comes down to desync as well, but a lot of people were pissed off when this shit would happen. So, yeah, this is really good to see. Just bear with me, guys. Give me a second. Just had to let my dog out of my room. Sorry about that. But yeah, so that is good. That is good. Hey, Infinite Forges, what's going on, man? Good to see you. I'm looking forward to Season 2. It'll give me a reason to jump back in soon. Yes, yeah, I can't wait. I am excited for Season 2. I know a lot of people have checked out, but I am excited for Season 2. I'm excited to make some vids with Season 2 stuff, the maps, all that sort of jazz, and the modes. I am excited for it. And the good news is that Season 2 will be 3 months long, so it will not be nowhere near as long as the wait for Season 2, as we've been waiting so far right now. So that should be good, right? I'm just dog and ghost reveal. Yeah, so that should be good. Obviously, a lot of people have checked out, and I totally understand why they've checked out, you know. But I am excited for Season 2. As long as if there's as I said earlier, if there's a continuous stream of content coming to this game, I think that will satisfy a lot of us. But of course, for a lot of people, they won't return until Forge. And Forge will really, really get this game going. It will get this game kicking. Because the stuff I've seen from Forge is honestly insane. It's going to be insane, and yeah, the stuff that hopefully if 343 can create like a continuous stream of content from creators and people that, you know, create really awesome maps and modes with Forge, that will keep the game booming and popping. Trust me, it really will. Doggo reveal. Hey, maybe for the game night tomorrow. But yeah, as Remnant's saying that, frequent content is really important when you have things like the Game Pass around. That's right, people will jump back in if there's new stuff. They always will. And with Halo Infinite being free to play, obviously it's kind of, I want to say free to play kind of fucked the game over a bit, but at least with it being free to play, people don't have to pay money to hop back in. They can just, you know, open the game, download the game, and it's there. They can play it. But yeah, a lot of this stuff, yeah, for a lot of people, yeah, artifacts, a lot of this stuff should have came earlier, and especially weapon balancing, all that sort of stuff should have came, you know, like a month after launch, not 6 months. So yeah, I fully understand the community's frustration with that, and it's fair. You can't say anything against that, really. Nonetheless, we will continue. Here we can see, okay, so here we got a change to the weapons. Now this is interesting. I want to get your thoughts on this. A global melee damage decrease of 10% on all weapons will require the Mangler to land 2 shots and a beatdown for a kill. So they've changed the melee damage for every single weapon in the game. as I've said here, global melee damage decrease of 10% on all weapons. So, and that's just to satisfy the people that didn't like the Mangler, you know, beating down people after one shot, one melee. I honestly think they shouldn't have done this. I think what they should have done is make the Mangler a tier 3 weapon, same as the Bulldog and Heatwave, and just have it like that for competitive, right? And, you know, they should have left the Mangler the same way for BTB, Team Slayer, or like, you know, just social modes as well. I don't think it should have been, you know, I don't think every weapon should have had a 10% decrease in its melee damage. Although I guess it won't be noticeable unless it's the Mangler. So I guess it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, I guess yeah, they were always going to change it, and it's a shame that they've done what they've done. But hey, one thing I am excited about. Well, one thing I am very excited about is the Ravagers change. So they've buffed the non-charged shot. So I'm very, very pleased to see this. The Ravager was one of my favourite weapons, if not my favourite weapon during the tech previews, and it got butchered to hell. Like, it got nerfed so goddamn hard for the game's launch, and I don't remember a single person asking for that, so it was kind of fucked. My dog is barking, so sorry guys. But it was really stuffed, right? No one was asking for it, and it got nerfed. So that was no good. But yeah, I'm glad to see it back, and hopefully it's going to feel the exact same way as the tech previews, because it was fucking awesome back then. Now, to talk about the Mangler, I'm seeing what you guys are saying. After the Mangler, they really messed up. 10% is a lot, yeah. Don't even fuck the pros. Mangler was sick the way it was. Yeah, Mangler was fine. And the problem I have is that, like, you know, I've got nothing against it. Like, I don't blame the pros. Obviously, some of the pros can be extremely vocal in stuff they want changed, and 343 have a tendency to just focus in on the pros. Which is, you know, it makes sense. The pros are the ones that do a lot of stuff with this game. But at the end of the day, the only thing that should have been changed was the Mangler in competitive modes. I don't think the Mangler should have been changed for social, or, you know, even campaign and stuff, because I assume this means it's been, you know, nerfed for campaign. Unless maybe not. I just assume all of these things will be universal and it will translate into campaign. Yeah, you guys mentioned the dog, and then that happened, so that's funny. But yeah, so I'm very excited. But yeah, the good thing here is the Ravager is getting buffed. I'm very, very pleased with that. But I understand the Mangler, you know, having the Mangler getting nerfed is a bit upsetting. Again, they should have just focused on fixing it for just arena, like competitive, in the competitive settings. But hey, yeah, I know not everyone's gonna be too pleased with that, but at least I'm pleased with the Ravager. The thing about the Ravager I loved was that it was just such a fun weapon to use. It wasn't overpowered by any means. You know, you can still easily dodge the plasma bolts, but with it now just being with it having that nerf during launch, there was just no reason to pick it up unless you're using that charged shot, and then even then it wasn't that effective, you know. So I am really happy to see that getting that damage increase. The pros, yeah, true. I mean, the pros are a big part, but yeah, no, the actual Halo community itself, of course, you know, made the game what it was. But pros are still very important. Like, look, social, competitive players and casual players are just as important to the game's, you know, future. But I don't think you can say anyone's more important than the other. Just because you don't want to piss other people, like you don't want to piss off pros, you don't want to piss off casual players, or the larger gaming community. With that said, 343 will be more inclined to listen to pros in you know, certain aspects. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. The BTB map with the laser being a stage hazard is what Infinite needs more of, so that's good to see. Yeah, James, I'm excited for that. Breaker sounds like a really interesting map, so I am really, really excited for that. Hang on, I'm trying to think. I think I actually didn't cover that, did I? No, hang on, I will cover that. Hang on, I will go down to that right now. I just realised I didn't cover that in detail. Okay, here we go. So, and this is also, I'm going to very briefly talk about their desire for more BTB maps and modes. 343 have said we have seen, I'm going to do that. 343 have said we have some great BTB maps going through their arting process at the moment, which is, according to them, the longest part of map development, that we're excited about releasing in Infinite's future. For Season 2, we're dropping Breaker into the mix, which features a giant moving laser that cuts across the centre of the map and destroys anything that gets caught in its beam. It's a tighter and faster playing BTB map that feels different than anything we currently have in Infinite. We're excited to play it with everyone in BTB right when Season 2 launches. So this map is interesting. I'm very excited for this. I've got a funny feeling this will be the best playing big team battle map. Just from that description right there. One thing I really like though is it's a tighter, faster playing BTB map. So hopefully it's going to feel a lot more, or a lot similar to classic big team battle maps. Because a lot of the maps we've got right now, if I'm thinking about it, like Deadlock is a 3-lane map, Fragmentation is a 3-lane map. You know, there's no real room, I guess, for massive vehicle or vehicular action. There are still areas in the maps where you can, you know, use the vehicles, but the Scorpion, Wraith, they don't really work that well on Fragmentation and Deadlock. I think High Power is the best for the vehicles. Like, there's a lot of areas and spaces where they can go, but again, I think that is 3-lane. Yeah, I think so. You know, I really just want to see a big team battle map that is just a round circle, or just, you know, one base here, one side, one base at the other side, very similar to Blood Gulch. You know, something like that would be great for Halo Infinite, I think. You know, so if this map is any bit similar to that, I'll be very happy. And the fact that it's got a moving laser that cuts across the center of the map, I think that's pretty darn cool. Again, we have no clue what it looks like, what it is, but I think that's pretty cool. And then, as I said earlier, Jeff Startzer will be returning, so that's big news. That's really good to see. And now, yeah, we will get to the what do you call it, the other weapons, because I just realized I didn't get to touch on that. I'm jumping all over the place. Hang on, bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Where are we? Here we go. Oh, and the equipment. So I'll go to... Let's see. Because I know they wanted to... Okay, so the players are actually talking about the plasma pistol. I'm pretty sure everyone knows the plasma pistol is pretty trash at the moment. Unless you just get the noob combo going. But even still, the tracking's horrific. So yeah, we were asking about the plasma pistol. Then apparently some players were asking about the Commando being too loose and difficult to aim with. Then we asked about the Gravity Hammer having a faster melee attack. And then of course, I think everyone understands the Rocket Launcher, where it feels inconsistent, leading to confusion around damage radius. So they did just touch on the Mangler, right? And as I said earlier, it's, you know, 10% decrease of melee across every single weapon in the game, which is, yeah, I think you guys know my thoughts on that one. Ravager is getting a buff, awesome. But when it comes to the Plasma Pistol, Pulse Carbine, and VK78 Commando, they've basically said it's stuff they're looking at for the future. They've said beyond that, we are also tracking balance issues with the Pulse Carbine, Plasma Pistol, and Commando, and are aware they're underperforming. After the Mangler, Ravager, and melee changes are in... After the Mangler, Ravager, and melee changes are in for Season 2, we're going to evaluate their impact on the meta and make adjustments to the other weapons as necessary in a future update. So, yeah, I guess take that as you will. Yeah, I was hoping the Pulse Carbine would have like the slightest buff, and the Plasma Pistol needs a buff for sure in terms of its tracking. The tracking needs to be improved. Hey Darth, what release date for season 2? It should be May the 3rd, May the 5th, May the 4th. Nah, I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's the 3rd of May. I'm pretty sure. I'll find that out for you right now, mate. I'll find that out for you right now. And we will talk about the vehicles because they have made a change to the Chopper and the Banshee, so that's going to be very good to see. Yeah, we've got a lot more. Hang on, let's take a look here. It should be, I believe it's the 3rd of May. Oh, Christ. I think it's the 3rd of May. I think it is the 3rd of May. I don't know why I can't see it. Yes, there we go. 3rd of May. See? There we go. See, I know I saw it somewhere. Just was tripping out a bit there. Okay, so, now talking about the other weapons, they said here, as for the Gravity Hammer, an additional melee strike is something we would like to support as well. It's on our radar for a future update. So what you'll notice here is that a lot of these things I will say is that it's on our radar, or it's coming, or it's planned for the future. Which, you know, is a bit disappointing for some of these things. But still, a lot of these things I am happy about. But yeah, so anyway, they talk about the rocket launcher. They say, lastly, we are working to improve the rocket splash damage to make it feel more consistent and reliable. This is good. A lot of people were complaining about this. I, for one, it was awful in Halo Infinite up until this point. Having the rocket launcher work as intended will be very, very good. But it should be... But this stuff... Yeah, as James is saying right now, I'm literally about to touch on this. This stuff should not be taking like a full season to implement into the game. So this should be like one of those, you know, fortnightly updates or, you know, monthly updates that we get where, you know, where they cover a lot of changes or updates or patches coming to the game, which would include weapon, vehicle balancing. You know, I don't think they should leave all of this for a seasonal thing. That definitely is quite odd, for sure. It is quite odd. But yeah, at least the rocket launcher is going to be working. In terms of the weapons, so really, the only thing you need to take away from the weapons, guys, is that the Mangler is getting a nerf in terms of its melee damage, as well as every single other weapon. So instead of being able to one-shot melee with the Mangler, you have to one-shot or two-shot melee. Melee twice with the Mangler to get the kill. With the Ravager, the Ravager's been buffed. Very, very good to see. And then, of course, they've made a slight change to the rocket launcher, giving it a more realistic damage radius, which is good. Okay, moving on to... Okay, let's see here. I want to cover the more important stuff. Alright, equipment, here we go. So, they spoke at the drop wall. Now, a lot of people thought the drop wall was pretty goddamn awful. I think it's a very situational thing. You know, it still had its use in matchmaking, but yeah, a buff was necessary for this point, I think. So they did touch on it. They said, we agree with the drop wall and overshield sentiment. They're not providing enough benefit. Coming in Season 2, we will have some balance tweaks to both of these pieces of equipment that should help them perform better. So that's good news. I think as well, the overshield... I mean, I didn't personally have an issue with the overshield, but I guess, you know, it did. I can't remember if it drained too quickly, or if it, like, you know, you got shot like by two people and then boom, it just got rid of it. So okay, I guess it's better. So extra shield health. So that's good. That is interesting. That is good. I think the active camo is in a perfect spot. You know. Unless you're as blind as me, where like sometimes you can't even see someone with active camo, and then where you wear active camo, they spot you straight away. That just may be a me thing. Outlaw new maps and roadmap. No roadmap as far as this update goes. The roadmap probably won't release until like Season 2. We'll probably have a Season 2 roadmap showing us the events that are coming during the season. But yeah, this is all stuff, just all the changes coming to Season 2, really. That's pretty much all this is. Still a lot of good things here, as well as not so good things, you know, but yeah, at this point, yeah, as Chief Master's saying there, balancing changes is one of the biggest points, or one of the biggest things they're doing right now. Although that should not be a major seasonal thing, you know. Ace Squanchy, remember in MCC when shooting at the floor randomly hit other players? That's the rockets in Infinite. Sometimes they just disappear. Yeah, sometimes they do. It's a little odd. For us, for active camo in Infinite, it's the hardest to spot by far for me. Remnant, that's your experience with camo as well? Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, that's interesting. That's a pretty cool photo of the brute chopper. You know, I do like how the chopper looks in this game, by the way. The chopper looks pretty badass. Now, as long as they can make some changes to it to make it feel like a badass vehicle, then that will be good. So let's see what they've said about the chopper. So, so people asking about the chopper's splatter damage potential, gun damage output, and maneuverability felt lacking. So, they said, among this feedback, our priority was getting the chopper and Banshee feeling appropriately effective in their roles. Coming into Season 2, we will have a buff to the chopper collision damage that brings back its vehicle splattering glory. With that change, we're going to... okay, so I mean, that is good to hear. With that change, we're going to evaluate further if the chopper needs additional gun damage. Now, I think the gun damage itself was actually fine. It's just the fact that it was just so damn... it wasn't really great to use. It just, you know, the whole chopper would rock to a side while you're driving it, instead of, you know, sitting still. I love the boost. I love the chopper itself. You know, having its splattering effect back into the, you know, back in its natural state will be very, very effective, I think. You know, because now hopefully we'll be able to ram vehicles and just, you know, send them into flames immediately, as well as ram players, Spartans. You know, that's, you know, with Halo Infinite's chopper before, you could run at a Spartan and you might not kill him. You know, there was like a 50-50 chance you'd splatter him, and also a chance that you wouldn't splatter him. So I'm happy to hear that the chopper is gonna, you know, tear through people, as it always should have, and it did in Halo 3. So that is definitely good news. Then they did say that they spoke about the Banshee in detail here. This will be interesting. Let's see what they said. For the Banshee, we have a host of changes for Season 2 that buff the Banshee's agility and increase damage from its weapons. We have held off on adjusting the Banshee's health for now, as its intended role is a strike fighter, and the weapon and agility buffs should bring it closer in line with that role. We'll monitor how these Banshee updates impact airspace control and dogfights before making any changes to the Wasp's current effectiveness. So it looks like the Wasp won't be changed, which I think is fine. You know, it's still very easy to destroy. In terms of the Banshee though, very good to see that it's getting a buff in terms of its damage, in terms of its weapons. That's very good to see. And also the agility. Hopefully it allows the Banshee to do more barrel rolls faster than what it is right now, because, you know, it's very easy to get blown up and taken out of the sky. You know, so I think Halo 5's Banshee was too OP. Halo Reach's Banshee was in a good spot. What we need, the plasma cannons need to do far more damage. They need to just, you know, tear shields very quickly, and the Banshee bomb should absolutely destroy anything in the area. So if that hits near a Spartan, the Spartan should die. If that hits on a Spartan, the Spartan should absolutely die. I think one of the worst things for me when I had the Banshee on like one of the first days of this game, when I was playing it during one of the tech previews, like having the Banshee, and I fired a Banshee bomb right at a player, like directly onto a player, and it didn't kill him. And I remember still to this day thinking, fuck, this is shit, this is awful, that can't even do that. What is the point of, you know, hopping into a Banshee? It's just a death trap. So yeah, seeing them fix that is very, very good news. It absolutely needs to be able to kill, it needs to be able to kill with the bomb, as James is saying there. It needs to be strong, Banshee needs to be strong as hell, because the Wasp dominates the air, and the Banshee should be able to, the Banshee should be able to combat that, you know, in some way. And I hope as well, when it comes to the Banshee against the Wasp, that the Banshee has like an auto lock, same as the Wasp, because I've noticed that if you have a Banshee against a Wasp, the Wasp will tear the Banshee to shreds, because the Wasp can lock on and the Banshee can't. So hopefully they can have like a lock on of some sort for the Banshee to make that a bit fairer, I guess. But yeah, this is good news. But one thing I find interesting is that they've held off on adjusting the Banshee's they've held off on adjusting the Banshee's health for now. So yeah, that's interesting. I still think the Banshee is just incredibly weak. You can brush past a stick, just driving or just flying, and the Banshee will start to explode. You know, so you know it is extremely weak. If you get shot several times with a battle rifle, assault rifle, the whole thing just explodes, or it goes into the doomsday mode. You know, so it just. Yeah, I don't know. I think they will need to eventually buff the health, even if it's like a small amount. But at least it is good to see them, you know, increasing the weapons and the agility of the Banshee. That's definitely a big thing. Okay, this is a big one as well. The Warthog, Razorback, and Mongoose can flip too easily. A lot of us had this concern with the campaign, especially when you had Marines in the back of the Razorback or Warthog, and the thing would touch a rock and then fully flip over. So this is good. Let's see what they've said here. As for the Warthog, we agree it was taking the bumps in the road rougher than it should. Instead of absorbing these bumps, I'm sorry guys, I cannot talk. Instead of absorbing these bumps, the vehicle would either twist or roll a frustrating amount. Bounciness is an important part of the Warthog's fun, but not if it makes the vehicle go out of control. In Season 2, we'll be pushing out the position of the wires of the tyres, while reducing the angles they consider valid ground while will widen its footprint. So that's going to give it a bit more stability while it's driving, which will be good. Give the suspension more room to absorb force, and treat the ground more flat than it actually is. This applies to the Razorback as well. The Mongoose we will continue evaluating and potentially adjust in a future update. So I think the Mongoose was fine. I can't remember it being bad per se. But yeah, the Warthog and Razorback, man, those vehicles, you know, just would flip over at the smallest bump on the road, as they said here. So that's really good to see them fixing that. August Media, it should be Halo Infinite music. So I actually can't hear it because I've got my headset off. But yeah, as Chief is saying there, Echo 216. Okay, yeah. There you go. But basically, it's got the whole soundtrack so far. But yeah, we're gonna keep going. Just very quickly, if any of you guys are enjoying the stream so far, feel free to drop a like on the stream. I'd very much appreciate it. We'd love to get over 100 likes on the stream today. And of course, we are like 20 subs away from 19,000 subscribers. So if there are any of you watching right now that are brand new to the channel and have got, no clue who I am, feel free to do that. If you like Halo Infinite content, I do a lot of stuff almost every single day as best as I can. And yeah, I appreciate all of you guys watching and, coming to my videos as well. Like, first and foremost, the support recently on the channel has been absolutely freaking insane. So yeah, just know, if you're someone that's recently subbed, or just started watching me out of the blue, just know I really appreciate you. Just know that. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying actually. There are a couple points in this blog where they ignore stuff like the Banshee health. It's obviously not good, but they don't see an issue with it. It's so hard to say. Yeah, some of those things can be a little interesting, let's just say that. I think with the Banshee's health, it absolutely needs to get buffed in its health. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess they're trying to think from a balancing point of view, but even still, it's gonna need that health buff one day. You can just see it. I'm waiting for it. It'll be good. I guarantee you, it's gonna feel a lot better in season 2. Being able to kill people, but it still be able to get taken out far too quickly. I think, unless it's like a total menace and just destroys everything in its path. I don't know what they'll do, but if it still gets destroyed very quickly, it's not gonna matter how strong the Banshee is, I guess. Yeah, Mongoose feels just like a Mongoose. Feels great. The other vehicles bumble way too much, so I'm happy to hear this change. Hey, that's good to hear. I haven't driven the Mongoose too much, but I have heard it's a lot better, at least in terms of its driving capability to the Warthog and Razorback. Okay, that's a pretty cool shot of the Banshee. As well, like, I think the designs of the banished vehicles are really cool in Halo Infinite, and having them be effective, I guess, will go a long way. So that's going to be very good to see. Okay, they did talk about physics. So a lot of people were asking about grenade jumping, as they can say here, and also stuff with player collision. They said regarding the desire for increased physics impulses, that's something that's a sensitive area between capturing the fun and legacy physics players expect in a Halo game, and balancing around a competitive shooter in a way that feels exciting but maintains consistency. Pushing it too far results in players being thrown around too much by enemy grenades, excavating. I can't read. Excavating. I can't read. I'm so sorry. I can't. Existing grenade spam issues. Exacerbate. I can't. I'm out of it, boys. Sorry. I think you guys can take over from me now. No, but we think we have a good middle ground between these two aspects. But as always, we'll continue to monitor and tune as needed. So that's interesting. I don't know about you guys, but we actually can turn on grenade jumping in custom games, or like you can turn on like the player physics, I think, or like I think it's player collision. It's like a setting like that. Yeah, as Armstrong is saying there in the chat. So that's interesting. But again, it seems like they're not doing any changes there just yet. Hey, Banana with problems. What's going on, man? Morning. It's assobating. So yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys make fun of me for that one. God, I was going to do an April Fool's joke today as well, but with all the stuff happening with Halo Infinite, I completely forgot. Last year I did an April Fool's joke with the forklift, and I loved doing it. I thought it was hilarious, but yeah, I forgot about that one today. Anyway, okay. So talking about player collision, they said collision was turned off for allies to reduce frustrating moments of getting hung up on friendlies in tight spaces, or backing into allies and feeling like you're hitting the wall. We feel like this keeps things cleaner and lets combat flow more naturally. However, we are aware of the community sentiment and are discussing future mitigations. We also want to include making it an option players can switch on and off in custom games. Hey Adam, thank you, bro. Appreciate you, a legend. We can see the priorities of this post. It is mainly just the fixes and changes coming, I guess you can say. That is the priority with this stuff going on. And the next blog post will have, what is it? I think it's customization, battle pass, challenges, or progression, stuff like that. So that next blog post will probably be next week. As long as 343 can actually get it out the door. But yeah, this one is just covering a bit more of the sandbox. Maps and modes coming to the game. Avery? No, okay, that's just a cop-out. Competitive CSR changes. I think some tuning in terms of, like, you know, vehicle weapon balancing. I think I've already said that. What else is there? There's other stuff. Equipment changes. Balancing to equipment. We did talk about this, friend or foe recognition, so that you can actually change. The changes that are made here is that we will be able to change the thickness of them. Here, yeah. In Season 2, we've added the ability to modify the values of both opacity and thickness for the outlines, building the fully off functionality per team and hooking it into a player's options. Player's option will take more time, but physical. Oh my god, I'm actually physical. I can't. I don't know why I can't say my words today. I swear to God, I'm not retarded. Philia. No, I can't. I'm running on like 4 hours sleep. I'm sorry. Just yes, mock me. I'm retarded. Oh god. But yeah, so those changes are coming. Players will be able to play around with, you know, the outlines and make sure they can have it as thick as they want it, or not as, you know, not really showing. I'd say it has to be. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do for competitive if they're gonna make it, you know, one size fits all. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I guess this is good though. It gives us a bit more freedom. I promise, I'm not retarded. Yeah, it's yeah. When you do these things like on the fly, I swear to God, it's it's bad. Anyway, yeah. I appreciate you guys. You're not absolutely destroying me fucking that up. Okay, let's go back up here. So, yeah, as I said, we cover the weapons, we cover the sandbox, and they did talk about desync. Now, they did a massive blog about it recently, and yeah, like, I don't want to say it was fantastic. Really, the blog itself was kind of them explaining how it works, but yeah, it was, you know, I guess those blogs are appreciated by a lot of people, but I know, yeah, I don't know, unless there are some concrete changes coming into the game, like with desync getting fixed, some people just don't want to hear about it, you know. But I've got a good feeling from what they're saying here that Season 2 will be a lot better in the desync department. It won't be as, you know, noticeable, so that should be good. But yeah, really, we just need to have things working the way it should, you know, working as intended. And then once they add concept to the game, we should be looking good. So, Tyler, let's go. I mean, just joined. Okay, I'm going to be very brief. I'm going to go TLDR, like run through this, race through this. For anyone that is just hopping in, let's roll here. Let's roll. Let me get back up to the top here. Okay, so very quickly, we're going to just speed through this. Catalyst is a new arena map coming at the start of Season 2. It will be added to multiple playlists on day 1. King of the Hill will be the exact same thing. It will be added to multiple playlists, and it will also be added to ranked. Attrition will be returning day 1 as well. The 2 other modes, which was Last Spartan Standing and Land Grab, I believe it was, won't be coming until later in Season 2. So I know not everyone's going to be happy about that, unfortunately, but that's just the way that is. In terms of attrition, they've made a change that a revived player will be able to move immediately after spawning back in. Breaker, the other map coming to the game, is a big team battle map, and that will be added to matchmaking on day 1. This bit's really good. Jeff Starter's voice will be returning to call out player-earned medals, so that's a really big plus. I want to go over the really important things. Custom game bugs are getting fixed, although changes and are you high, mate? But changes, you know, big changes that allow players to, you know, add equipment to, you know, add starting equipment. I don't think are coming just yet, although they have said that they have the plans for it to come like very soon. So yeah, some bugs will get fixed, but of course don't expect some massive changes there. I'm just going to cover the most important things here. Okay, so for weapons here, a global melee damage decrease of 10% has been implemented on every single weapon. And what happens now is that the Mangler will have to land 2 shots and a beatdown for a kill. So they have kind of nerfed the Mangler in that regard. A lot of pros are asking about it. I honestly am not that happy with it, because I think they could have changed the Mangler to have they could have changed the Mangler to have, you know, the exact same functionality but be on a tier 3 weapon pad. Because, you know, on the same pad as a Bulldog or Heatwave, you know, and then for social game modes they could have just kept the Mangler the exact same way, and then just changed it for competitive. But yeah, it's interesting, let's just say that. Aurora, I actually can't wait for Season 2. After all this negativity, I still like the game. Yeah, I agree. There are obviously problems, and there are things that still need to come into this game, but at the end of the day, Season 2 will be a lot better. For me, I'm just most excited to try the Ravager out again. That was my favourite weapon, and I'm excited to actually kick ass with it. So, yeah, I'm excited for that, but yeah. I am excited for Season 2, I am. It's just, I guess at this point, we're just excited for anything. We're excited for any new thing. And yeah, thank God Season 2 is only 3 months long, and then Forge is right after that. So I guess for me, I'm going to be a bit more positive, or a lot more positive, once Season 2 rolls around. It's just, Season 1 was a dumpster fire. Honestly, it just was not that good. Pretty awful. Let's just say that much. Jason, hey mate from Penrith, if you shout out, call me Jace. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, Jace. I appreciate you, man. Yo, it means a lot that you guys are here. We're like 7 likes away from 100 likes. Feel free to drop a like on the stream, guys, if you are enjoying it, or I don't know. Yeah, up to you guys. But yeah, I appreciate you all hanging out here. It's awesome, you know, seeing what you guys are thinking about this, and of course, just getting to talk with you guys. I'm still looking forward to the Commando buffs. I like how it was before the nerfs, and it's a great competitor to BR gameplay. Yeah, I really enjoy the Commando as well. I think having it a small buff, or giving it a small tweak, will be much appreciated for sure. Ravager is fun to use on tanks. The Ravager's just, it's one of those weapons that it screams Halo to me, you know. So I'm very happy with the Ravager getting buffed, and as we see here, its non-charged shot will see a damage increase. So that should be very, very good. Hey, thank you, legends, absolute legends, over 100 likes. Thank you, boys, legends, and girls. If there's any females watching, I think I've got like it's a staggering 98% of viewers are male, 2% are female, but you know, that's, you know, we're all inclusive here. I don't want Mangler to be nerfed. It was so good. Now it's going to become the next. Yeah, I am a bit, you know, thinking about that for sure. And as I said, they could have just changed it to be on a different weapon pad, but yeah, they've listened to the pros a bit too much on this, I'd say. But you know, look, I'm happy for the pros, but I do feel bad because the Mangler was pretty darn awesome to use. You know, the one-shot melee was awesome, but yeah, what can you do? I'm happy at the Ravager. Ravager's sick. To keep going though, the drop ball will see a slight performance increase, so it should be a lot better. The overshield will also have more shielding, so that's going to be interesting too. The boys. Tony, hey, there we go. Put a grenade launcher on the AR. Grenade launcher though, reach grenade launcher. That would be very, very good to see. Dame Infinite sure is pretty dead for a lot of this game, and it needs heavy life support until it can stand on its own. It's going to be a while, Joshua. It's going to be a while for sure. Season 2 will be the start of something good, I hope, or at least it'll be like I guess like a 180 from the way it is right now. But yeah, but you know, like it's one of those things, right, where Season 1 was just them figuring out how to work with the game, how to work with the system, how to work with the bloody UI. They had so many challenges and issues, you know, and as Sketch said, I made a video talking about this yesterday, if any of you caught it. Sketch was saying how they're understaffed, they are still hiring, you know, so a lot of those issues are still prominent right now. Season 2 should be good for like the first 2 months. I think, look, I am excited, as I said, I am excited for Season 2. I think Season 2 will be solid in like the grand scheme of things, although could it have been so much better? Abso-friggin-lutely. It could have and should have been far better than what it is. but I think at this point we're just happy to see something new come to the game. So 2 new maps. Breaker sounds fantastic. Breaker sounds like a lot of damn fun. And then some, and of course we've got balance changes and stuff coming to weapons and vehicles. So I am happy with that. And very quickly, I don't really seeing it, but yeah, Chopper is getting a buff in terms of its splatter damage. So it's going to be returning to its vehicle splattering glory, as 343 said here. Boom 62. Oh, okay. I will do that very quickly. I will do that. Sorry about that. Where is Boom 6? Where is Boom 6? Where is Boom 6? Where is Boom 6? There we go. Yeah. Welcome, Boom 6. Being a moderator. He's been a moderator for a while. I just completely forgot. Sorry, mate. There we go. But yeah. Sorry, Boom 6. But yeah, it will be, yeah, a net positive. But of course, yeah, it still needs a ton of work. It still needs a lot of stuff to go into the game. Absolutely. And yeah, hopefully, as Alex is saying there, hopefully people who join the company actually like Halo and not just want a resume booster. Yeah, exactly. We need people who are passionate about the series, about the franchise going forward, and also people who want to just work on Halo, getting shit out for the game. Yeah, like as I said earlier, I hate asking for people to get fired, but I think Bonnie Ross, Frank O'Connell need to go. I don't like saying that, but I think at this state, I think that's just the way it needs to be. I think, you know, give Joseph Satan the job, give him the head of the 343 job. Holy shit, that would be insane. And then he can hire some people under him that, you know what they're doing, know what they're talking about, you know. Look, and that's just, I mean, that might be my fairy tale world where Joseph Satan takes over as head of 343, but if I was Phil Spencer, I would be making some changes ASAP, you know? I think Phil Spencer's in charge of all that, but yeah, like, there has to be some changes from the top very, very soon to get stuff, you know, coming to this game very, very soon, you know? So, start hiring random Halo fans. Just, you know, I have got no experience in game design, but put me in there. You know, I'll do a few things. I'll just copy and paste a lot of stuff from Halo 2 and Halo 3 and Halo Infinite, and just break the game entirely. You know, that's the way to go forward. But yeah, no, for sure we need people that can, you know, get this game to where it needs to be. I still have faith. Like, I know some people are going to say this is dumb. I still have hope, maybe a fool's hope, Lord of the Rings meme, that this game can get to where it needs to be sooner rather than later. Once Forge comes out, Forge will be a big boost. As long as Forge is functioning and solid at launch when it releases, I think Forge will go a long damn way. But in terms of next year, you know, we need to have stuff coming out like all the goddamn time for this game. Now, there's been so many awesome leaks for Halo Infinite, and if those leaks are true, you know, the invasion / battle royale / warzone mode, that sounds awesome. I would love to see, like, you know, firefight and invasion come first and foremost, but we do need a massive mode for this game, 100%. You know, so I think in terms of like moving forward after Forge, we're going to need to get like a shit ton of people back to Halo Infinite. We are going to need some massive mode, I think, for sure. And hopefully the leaks are true. But yeah, again, we'll have to just wait and see, I guess, at this stage if the leaks are true. But the leaks are getting us more excited than anything else these days. But at least I can just say, this blog post, or whatever you want to call it, definitely provides, in my opinion, it's them being transparent about the changes coming in Season 2. It is appreciated. Most of this is good news, most of it. Besides, you know, only 2 maps coming and some of the stuff not actually coming until actually after Season 2. But yeah, I'm just glad we've got stuff coming for Season 2. You know, that's just one of those things, you know, guys. Just Season 1 was, as I said earlier, a dumpster fire. Season 1 was terrible. There was just nothing really coming into the game. Events also need to get overhauled. There needs to be some changes coming to events. The event game modes, like let's look at Fiesta for example. Let's look at Tenrai for example. The battle pass was solid. I think the battle pass is solid, and you know, in like, you know, in terms of the battle pass goes, solid. A lot of cool stuff. in terms of the game mode, Fiesta was fun for the first week, but then having Fiesta 5 more times reoccurring was the dumbest idea I've ever seen. They have Fiesta Rubble, Fiesta Strongholds, Fiesta Capture the Flag, Fiesta FFA, Super Fiesta, Fiesta Attrition. Like, there are so many different things that are actually in the code for Halo Infinite, and they couldn't think to release one of those. So hopefully, you know, for future events, we can have, you know, those fun game modes rotating in and out each week with those big Fracture events. So for the next Fracture event, they need to just have, obviously they need to have like one game mode, but they need to have a spin on that game mode each time it comes. Or, better yet, create a really fun new mode we've never ever seen before, that is crazy, hectic, exciting, and gets people playing the game again, you know? So we need people that are creative, I guess, doing these things. I mean, unless it's like impossible to work and do those things, I don't know, but you know, at this stage, I'm going to say they should have a better understanding of how the game's UI and system works, in terms of adding stuff into the game. Thanks, Ethan, appreciate you, bro. But yeah, it's, hey, what can you do? Again, it is one of those things. I just refreshed my my thing. I think we just hit 19,000 subscribers. Damn, wow, you guys are awesome. Holy fuck. Damn. Jesus. Wow, thank you guys. Absolute legends. I was just curious. We refreshed it there, and damn, 19,000 subscribers. Holy fuck, that's insane. We're 1k away from 20k. That's absolutely mental. Man. Yeah, I absolutely, anyone that's just recently subscribed, I absolutely love it. Thank you guys. Damn. And of course, anyone who's been subscribed for a while, just, yeah, absolutely love you, you know. Have my children. Hang on, let's pull it back a bit. No, I appreciate you guys. Thanks, guys. That's awesome. That's I know we're just talking about Halo there, but I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Yeah, big dub. Thank you, guys. Legends. Damn. Yeah, man, that's just that's made my day there. Damn. Here before. God. Hey, thanks, Ethan. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all of these. That means a lot. Even if you're just watching for the first time and got no single clue who the hell this Aussie guy is, I appreciate you. Just know that. God. Hey, thank you, guys. Going back to what I was saying, though. In terms of like the events, if they were to make them more exciting, the 343 will see a better turnout. They will see far more people returning each week. Even after they've completed the battle pass. If there's a fun mode coming each week, or something different coming each week for the mode, for the event, even after I've done the battle pass, I will still return to play it, because it's something new, something fun, you know. Hey Andrew, what's going on, man? So, you know, I think that would be quite exciting, and it should be the way forward with Halo Infinite's events. So hopefully we can hear something on that for the next outcomes blog, and as we see here, 343 did say we'll have another outcomes blog focusing on the live teams areas such as customization, shop, battle pass, progression, which includes challenges, events, theater, and observer mode in the near point. So that's pretty awesome. I think as well, this should be dropping next week. I don't want to say it is, but they tend to drop updates on Fridays, Saturdays here in Australia, and I'd say to look out for this either next week or the week after. Probably next week though, and I'm going to be very, very curious to see what they're going to talk about in terms of the events, progression. I really am hoping there's a plan in place to have, a plan in place to have a proper progression system coming into the game. I think, like, if we're going to be honest, I think in terms of progression, we need to have. Really, we need to have something that keeps people playing the game. It's simple as that. Something like Reach, Halo 3, Halo MCC even. Hell, even Halo 5. The game needs something that keeps people coming back each week, really, or each day. Or not every day, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, something that you see or you're continuously building towards. That would be really, really good, you know. Hey, it's all good, Armstrong. It's all good. Just, what do you call it? I think, yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's one big thing that will keep people playing. Like, at least for me, if I am working towards a rank or like this overarching thing, I will be more inclined to play the game just, you know, at night when I'm fucking around or in the morning. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just after work. It's one of those things where if you're working towards a big thing like that, you know, Inheritor 152, you'll just, you know, you'll feel better about playing the game. You know, you feel like you're working towards something. Who wants subs? Hey, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, one thing, as Brett's saying there, retro maps would be pretty cool. That would be pretty awesome. Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do cover here. I assume in terms of customization, they're going to talk about cross-customization, cross-core stuff. Do I see that coming anytime soon? Probably not, because I've heard in the code it's a lot harder than we think to make that change and switch. But of course, maybe one day we'll see that. Battle Pass, I assume they're going to talk about Season 2's Battle Pass, maybe give us a tease of what's coming. And then, of course, events, they're going to talk about the Fracture event coming. And also there will be like a noticeable focus on Season 2's seasonal story, with the multiplayer, with like Spartan Agrina and your multiplayer Spartan. So stay tuned for that. That should be interesting. We've got no clue what that will be, but we should hear news about that soon, because Halo Infinite will have seasonal story content, and we don't know what the scale of that will be. It may be like, you know, a campaign mission, or it may even just be, you know, a mode or something that comes to the game, but we'll have to wait and see. It's got cutscenes, that's all I know, and other stuff coming to the game, but it should be pretty decent, hopefully, if all things are good there. Let's take a look here. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, I'm gonna need one of my mods to jump on that. Oh fuck, the mod's back. Anyone else think Mark 7 stuff, armor, etc. should have all been free via progression system, and everything else being paid DLC via Battle Pass and shop? Yeah, I think that would have made sense. That would have made sense for sure. You know, at least having. I mean, it is one of those. It is the free. It is the free core, but yeah, it's. Yeah, you definitely need something to be rewarding. You need something that's going to, you know, keep people coming back. Didn't modders figure out that you can change to a false to a true and you have cross customization? I believe that was for the bots. I believe, like for the bots in the game. I think like that. We'll have to wait and see. If that's the case, then that would be insane. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Official audio: Halo Infinite campaign is pulling a Call of Duty Ghost cliffhanger on us. Yeah, I have no clue when we're going to see campaign DLC. Really, I hope we get it. I can't expect any campaign DLC until next year, but hopefully we hear some news on it soon, you know, because it was very much a cliffhanger, and we want to see where the story of the Endless is going. And also, I did like Halo Infinite's campaign for the most part, and I didn't want to see, you know, a desert biome, a snowy biome, and a snowy biome, and you know, probably more of the flood, because the flood were teased and they're there. And the Endless could, you know, let the flood loose or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I don't know if we're going to be like fighting the Endless as a faction. So that, but I mean, who knows? Who honestly knows at this stage? Your guess is as good as mine. But yeah, the pro players are making the Sandbox boring. I think the changes they made to the manga should have just been kept for competitive only. I don't think it should have affected the social side of Halo, you know what I mean? So that's an interesting change, but yeah, at least I'm happy about the Ravager. That's really all I'm happy about there. You know, imagine a CE Sidewinder remake in Infinite. That would be awesome. Remakes of, I mean, Sidewinder, Blood Gulch or like Coagulation, Lockouts, Narrows. I would love to see. Yeah, we're not talking about that, Chief. I would love to see a remake of one of those maps in Infinite, you know? As much as I love the Pit, we've seen the Pit over and over again. You know, we've had many iterations of the Pit. I think I would love to see, I mean, I guess that goes the same for Lockout. But I think Lockout would work really well with Infinite. Narrows would work really well in Infinite as well. You know, and also like a map like Blood Gulch, or even Coagulation, like one of those variants of it would actually work really well, I think, as well. Just open vehicular action would work really well with this game and the vehicles. So hopefully that is something on the cards one day in the future. I'll be talking about it, alright. You know, but yeah, as far as this goes, a lot of good things, some bad things, stuff coming in Season 2. A server selector as well, that's on the cards, but not going to be there Season 2, at the start of Season 2, which, as an Australian, is a bit, but hopefully that comes sooner rather than later. Other than that, guys, I think that's basically everything. We've kind of covered everything in detail, unless there's anything I've forgotten. I mean, this bit's funny. They talk about aiming, right? And they said they think controller players believe mouse and keyboard players have the advantage, and then the exact same thing but reverse. Mouse and keyboard players believe controller players have the advantage. So that's I don't know. I just find that funny. Yeah, I fully agree. Teleporters are actually in the game in the files, and of course teleporters are in the campaign. So we should see teleporters in the future, and hopefully we can see teleporters in future maps. The brand new map called Catalyst, I think a teleporter would work really well on that map. So maybe we'll see a teleporter there, but I don't want to get your hopes up. We'll have to wait and see. I guess. So in terms of the balancing with the mouse and controller and mouse and keyboard and controller, guys, I don't think they're making any big changes per se in terms of like aim assist, because they're changing the sensitivity. No, it said that players can adjust their sensitivity, zoom sensitivity, but yeah, that was basically it. Oh, okay, no, I didn't cover this. Okay, hang on. Sorry, guys. We will talk about this. This is the UI. So this is important. This is important. So, they've said many players believe that vertical menus would improve the customization process. They've said, we agree that our customization presentation needs improvement and have been putting together a plan over time for improving this experience. While there will be quality of life improvements to the existing flow prioritized for the near term, we will be connecting larger efforts like menu layout and navigational changes to upcoming feature releases. So that's interesting. Again, nothing coming immediately, which I guess makes sense. But yeah. Zero Breaker sounds awesome with the laser. Yeah, Breaker sounds like a lot of damn fun. I can't wait for that. Oh, yeah, so for anyone watching as well, for any of you guys that are interested in the game nights we do here, the next game night will actually be tomorrow. So for any of you watching that want to hop in, we play a range of fun game modes. Fiesta Attrition, Elimination, more Attrition. We play this mode called Silent Shadow, which is active camo, energy swords. Now that we figured out a way, or at least I figured out a way to save custom game modes, I've got a lot of fun stuff that we can play during the game night. Fiesta Big Team Battle, which has the vehicles spawning at the base, so you can have a Scorpion Banshee spawning right at your base randomly. It's so damn cool, and my god, it works so much better, or at least it's so much more exciting than regular BTB. So again, I'm really surprised that they haven't even released that into the game just yet. But fuck, yeah, we play a lot of fun modes. So if that's something that you guys would like to be a part of tomorrow, feel free to join. I will be streaming it as well, and we have a party going, and I rotate people in and out. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. The most fun I have playing Halo Infinite are during the game nights. So yeah, if that sounds like your jam, then feel free to subscribe, turn the notification bell on, so you will get notified of when I do the live stream tomorrow. But yeah, it should be like very similar to this time right now, maybe like 2 hours prior to this, so like 22 hours from now, if that's the best way I can say it. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully I can see a lot of you guys there, and each one is so much fun. So yeah, I'll let you guys, I will do a setup for that very soon, like in the next few hours, so you guys can see like the exact time it starts. Oh, and of course, you guys should join the Discord. If you haven't joined the channel Discord, feel free to join it. It's basically where we go over everything, and also talk about the game nights, anything about Halo Infinite, and you can also reach out to me very easily on there as well. And also, I mean, I'm a bit biased because it's my Discord, but I think it's a pretty cool place. So feel free to join it if that sounds like your jam. But yeah, hey, thanks, Neon Shadow. Yeah. What time? So I am gonna set it probably for like 22 hours from now. Yeah, I can't really tell you a time. I guess it's gonna be like 11 a.m. Australian time. AEST, but I'll have an exact time coming up for you guys very, very soon. But yeah, feel free to join the Discord, guys. It's pretty awesome in my opinion. But yeah, I'm probably, let's see, I'm gonna see. Okay, no, there's one more change I need to talk about. Sorry, let's continue. I don't want to just end off right here. I didn't just see this. So we agree. No, I said this. Okay, so the desire to have challenges appear on the start menu while in a multiplayer match. This is something that a lot of people have been asking for, and with this is what people 3 have said. As many of you had noticed, challenges did appear on the pause menu during flighting last summer. The reason it was removed was because there were larger system limitations that prevented us from displaying incremental challenge progress during a match. This would often lead players to think their progress wasn't being tracked. While we sort out how to better achieve the original intent, we will be bringing a simpler, more static list of current challenges back into the pause menu, so players can use it as a quick reference in match. So this will be something that, I guess, won't be updating as you play. It'll be something that, it'll be something where, how do I say it? It'll be something where you can, press start, see what the, you can see what the, like the actual challenges or the challenge list are available for you. It won't update as you unlock them and achieve them, but at least you can use them as reference. That's pretty much what they're saying. So hopefully soon, the Field 3 can get that fixed to have it tracking it live. So as soon as you get a kill using, like, let's say the Pulse Carbine, for example, it shows that you've done that, or you're achieving that. So yeah, the game doesn't allow me to play custom games. Something about fireteam, lead, and safety. You may need to change your settings on your Xbox. I believe that's your privacy or security settings. I think you need to change it to no barriers, and then that should work, because I know we had that in the past with one of the other guys that joined for the game night, and he had to do that and it worked. But yeah. Let's continue here. So, inability to see second grenade type in HUD left some disappointed. It seems here, while we continue to have prioritization discussions around short and long-term HUD improvements, having backpack secondary grenades visible in multiplayer will be inbound as part of a coming update. Okay, so that's good. That is good to hear. Now, in terms of HUD customization, they do touch on it, sorry. But I don't think it's going to be this massive thing that's going to happen anytime soon, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. Options to make certain aspects of the HUD layout more configurable are actively being worked on. This is a ways off, but our first target is to allow players to choose to display their equipment now next to their radar, similar to Reach and Halo 4. The music subs, I don't think I heard this campaign. It is the campaign soundtrack, although one thing I noticed while I was playing the campaign is that sometimes the music wouldn't really play at times. So I think I don't know if there's a bug there or not, but the music itself is gorgeous. It's fantastic, and it's definitely the best music since, Marty O'Donnell and what Michael Salvatore did. But Carty, all of this is coming season 2, May the 3rd of May. That's when all of this will be coming into the game. But yeah, like the stuff in the campaign, I think the music they need to do something there, because the music is great, but you don't hear it enough, especially like undercover. You rarely hear that, so I'd love to hear that, during missions and not just during the open world. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. In terms of the grand scheme of things, that is really pretty much it. Yeah, again, all of this stuff is coming the 3rd of May. That's when Season 2 starts. A lot of good things are coming, and for the most part, I am excited for Season 2. Of course, there are still so many things that need to be coming into this game. And yeah, I do think for the most part, Season 2 will be so much better than Season 1, with a regular stream of content coming into the game. Rotational playlists with different things coming into the game every week will keep a lot of people coming back, I think. And of course, we'll get news on the progression system, events, customization, and challenges, all that sort of stuff, store, all next week. Sorry, hopefully next week, but in the next blog that they do, which should be soon. So yeah, that should be good, and hopefully Season 2 will be even better than we think. But even from seeing this, I am excited with all these changes coming, but hopefully once Season 2, you know, gets up and running, they can get really into the groove of things, of making changes far more quickly, or far more quicker than they have been, you know, with the game so far. I think that will go a long way and keep a lot of people playing. Question, do you have any rumor, cross-core customization? They're probably going to address it in the next blog post, but as it stands right now, there is nothing really on that right now. But yeah, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you watching. Make sure to drop a like on the stream if you have enjoyed it, or of course subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it, guys. And yeah, thank you all for being amazing, and I'll catch you all in the next video or live stream. Okay, guys, I'll leave it there. Take it easy and have a good weekend.